Hey, 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 guess who's back? It's been quite a summer, I'm gonna tell you. Check out some of these hanging beans I have in front of the cabin here. Look at the size of these in my hand. These are scarlet runners. They're pretty well past their prime. It's kind of funny, a couple weeks ago I came here and a raccoon come up here. I literally ripped a bunch off and they literally pooped all over the deck. So the poop deck, look at them over here too. Look at these. Isn't that crazy? They're way past their prime now, but I can still use them for seeds for next year. There's still some little guys too if I want to pick them out of here. There was a bunch more and they've already been torn down. So how you guys been? It's been quite a summer for me. Been a few changes, I guess. Tell you about them in a little bit here. This is the day before we have a tropical storm actually coming. Basically the remnants of a hurricane. We're not going to get much here, I don't think. We had a big rain last night. Water is insanely high in the brook, as you guys can see. Could have brought a surfboard and done some surfing almost. Crazy how much water is going on right here right now. Everywhere. Took a tree down a couple weeks ago here. It was dead. Had a burn pile actually last weekend when I was here. Did all that. And but it's been quite a summer. I'll tell you guys, when I show you the cabin here, you're going to see, I guess, a bit of a difference. From the front, you won't notice a drastic difference, but the metal fascia is now all done. That wasn't done before when I was filming. Did that in the summer. These are all climbing beans going up there. They're only half of what they were. Something came here and ate all my tomatoes. Didn't win much with those, but when I go around the side here, this is where it's looking pretty good. Look at that, folks. I've been working. Cedar shingled, finally. Clapboard, that's all cedar up there too, also cedar clapboard. And then the catio I even took down. It now has a metal roof on it. Made a little fascia and all that, painted it green just to make it kind of match. Plywood bottom. Completely done here. And then we go over the other side. It's also done. It was quite a project, but just picked away at it. And you know what? I don't want to offend anybody, but I didn't feel like setting up cameras all summer doing all this stuff. And check this out. All done. Generator doghouse. It has a new roof and all that on it also. Put a metal roof on that. Made it can kind of match. Trimmed everything all out. Everything is cedar. Got all the metal up here. The fascia is finally done. And again, that's cedar clapboard and cedar shingle. I had to go on a 4-hour drive, almost 3.5-hour drive to buy these shingles. But I got them half price of what I would have paid at our local building center. So the only thing I haven't done yet is I haven't done the back wall. I've got the material. I may film that when I do it. I'm not sure yet. But I haven't done it for the simple reason that I haven't moved my water tank yet. That's still full of water. And I'm going to use it for now. If I have the water, I might as well use it, right? I bought one of those covers. I don't know if I ever filmed and show you guys that. Just an Amazon one to help keep algae and mold and all out of it. But again, pretty soon, then the next month probably, that thing's going to be getting drained. It's going to come down. Got to finish trimming it out. I got most of it done. And I'm going to shingle the back. And again, I may film a bit of that while I'm doing it. I don't know. Again, I wanted to take a break this summer. It's just, this is a lot more work than what you'd ever realize it is. It's rewarding, and it is. But when you get here, sometimes I was on a mission. I had staging all set up here and everything else when I was doing all this project. And the last thing I felt like doing was getting here, setting up tripods. And then getting down, I wanted to concentrate on doing the job. I didn't want to concentrate on filming the job. It's kind of hard. So, concentrate on filming and all that. And it's just not something I wanted to have to do. So, but anyways, again, this, I think it came out beautiful. Love that cedar clapboard up there. That was cut. I actually watched that basically going through a planer and being cut. That was kind of neat to see the process on that stuff. And again, these shingles, they want $60 now plus tax. At our local building supply, which is $70 for a bundle. I get them $35 a bundle. Took my little Honda Civic and a little utility trailer, hooked it on the back, and even with the gas that I burnt, because it was a 3-hour drive one way, so it was almost a 6-hour trip to go get these shingles. And they're a nice cedar shingle, as you can see. I saved enough money doing it that I paid for my clapboard up there, so it was a win-win all the way around. And that way I, got the support of a guy that was selling them kind of on the side, and that's all they should be. Pretty bad if a small guy can get them. and he's buying them from a sawmill somewhere and selling them, flipping them, and getting $35 a bundle. He's making money on them. It's pretty sad when our local building supplies are trying to gouge us on the price of some of this stuff. But anyway, yeah, take a walk down here. Take a look how bad this water's running right now. This is insane. Because again, we had some pretty hard rain last night. It was kind of there was a trough and a tropical storm. Basically, it was a hurricane and turned into a tropical storm. Look at the water in here. And that's from there's a bunch of rocks across there that kind of works as a little breakwater. Look at the water. So there's probably 4 feet of water in there right now easily in this brook. So she's running today. You can still see there's still water laying over here, actually, even all along in this trench over here. The water right now is the height that it used to be when I still had beaver dams on the front that I told you guys one of my previous videos. I had mentioned how we had beaver dams on the front, and then we had they were froze, then a big rain in the winter, and that basically took the ice out and took the beaver dams out. Well, right now, the water right now is about the same height to what it actually was. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, check this out. How wild is this? So much water is here right now. That rock right there, you used to always call Stonehenge. And that one there, when we used to see it like this, the water was getting down. Well, lately, there's 2.5 feet of that rock exposed. Look at it now. Look how much water's in here. She's running hard today. And my project tomorrow, I think, depending, we're going to get some rain overnight and a bit of wind, but it's already been downplayed a lot from what they were saying here. Going to get more wind than anything. And this place is pretty sheltered down in the valley here, so I should be pretty safe. Tomorrow, I'm going to work on this old guy a little bit. This tree is dead. It's been dead for 5 years now, and I have to address it. I've got an electric pole saw. I'm going to get it out. I'm going to take a few of the limbs off and all that, and then eventually I'm going to drop this thing, and I'm still not knowing where I'm going to drop it. Not sure yet. The one beside it is also dead. It has to come down soon. I need firewood anyway. They're only spruce, but it's something to burn, right? Better than nothing. This guy here is going to come down too. He's 80% dead, I would say, right now. And by next year, it's going to be 100%. It is going to drop in there like I did that one last weekend. I dropped it, notched it, boom, right exactly where I wanted it. So I can do the same with this. And again, it's just a fir tree, but it will give me something to burn, right? But I will film, I guess, a bit of this weekend. And just kind of, hang around with you guys a little bit. It's been quite a while. There's been a few changes, I guess, since I was filming. I guess I don't think I've made anything since May. So it took a bit of a hiatus from you guys, but I may throw, video up here and there in the future because I'm slowing down a little bit. I say I'm slowing down, but I'm getting more into a busy season because I'm already working on the snow throwers. I sold my motorcycle. The one I had, and I actually bought 2. So I bought a great big Yamaha Royal Star Venture, they call it. A great big land yacht, big comfy couch. Love that thing. And I also bought a Suzuki DRZ 400, they call it, which is a dual sport street and trail dual sport, dual purpose bike, which I can drive into here. I've already had it here a couple times. And got rid of my adventure bike, that video I made back in the spring in April. I had the Big Blue, I called it. I sold that and I bought 2. So it was kind of cool. My garden, what's left of it. Corn did okay. You can see something's knocking it over, and that was coons. That wasn't wind. Got a few pumpkins out of it. Critters are eating them. They won't leave them alone. There's one here all chewed on the side. What a shame. I took 1 pumpkin home out of this whole mess. I got a few squash in here that actually grew quite well. Got a few potatoes still in there. But you can see here like cucumbers, and they're getting eaten by whatever. There's a big one there. That's still good, but these orange ones are getting eaten. Nice little squash in here still growing. Has some nice pumpkins, and pretty much every one of them, well, they won't leave them alone. They're chewing on them. There's a green one over here, hasn't got bothered yet. He's not even ripe yet. But look at these little pumpkins. Like, what a shame, right? Could still use them, I guess, and make something out of them. But, and I even got a few sunflowers that I planted, and they actually did bloom. They're falling over now. Next year, I want to put better amendments in the soil, maybe, and get a nicer row of sunflowers. So they do look kind of cool. When you come in the road, and the first thing you see is them. They're kind of a happy thing, I think. and the squirrels are going to love them. So anyways, stick around, be patient with me, and maybe I'll do a bit more filming. Look at that, green pepper. That little guy, use him, look at that. Not too bad. And I think I'm going to grab that cucumber also, because that's, if I don't, something else is going to get it. So, and there's still potatoes in here, which is kind of nice. There's a little bit of red potatoes. I get a few ears of corn off it, which was good. Not what I was hoping. Corn's a crazy commodity now, and you try to buy it for some silly reason. I don't know why the price of it's gone through the roof. Come down a bit this year, but it's still hit and miss. Just to find it at all. You can see the deer are laying in here. I'm just all over the place, but check this grass out, how packed down this is. Look right here. You tell me deer don't lay in there at night. Right there. Why wouldn't I? They get food right here. Duh. Well, guys and girls, I'm going to go back in the camp for now and putter away for a bit. It's only Friday afternoon. Not totally sure yet. Oh yeah, kind of cool news too. The parcel land next door to me here got sold, 160 acres, and that's up for debate. But anyway, an awesome younger couple bought that place, and they're actually planning on possibly homesteading over there someday, actually living right in there. So they get the right idea, and looking really forward to meeting, hanging out and interacting with these guys, helping them out when they need things done. And they're a very good couple. So I will I'll chat with you guys in a little bit. Hard to believe, lighting the stove again already. It's only the end of September, right? What is it? The 23rd. Today is September. Technically fall already, so we had quite a heat wave this summer. So I don't mind this that bad, I guess, because it went from just crazy hot. We had some 35-degree days here, as a lot of people did, especially you guys down through the States. It was a ridiculously warm summer. Now we're down, it's what, 13 outside, 23 inside here. Quite cozy, 55 for you guys, and that's 74 inside. So another one of my changes, I'd mentioned a couple things that changed here this summer. A duster, one of my changes here, and it was pretty sad but beyond my control. On Labor Day, Lulu had to be put asleep, my little kitty. It was kind of sad. We went to bed the night before, and she laid right beside me, as she did most nights. I've had that cat 12 years. You guys seen her in one of the other videos. And when we get up in the morning, every morning when I'd wake up, she was laying at my left side, and I'd normally reach down, I'd pet her in the morning before I'd get up. She'd let a mew out of her, and then she'd get up and follow me right to the kitchen and put on the coffee. It was a ritual every day. Like, this cat was just did it every day. And when I get up Labor Day morning, went to bed, everything was normal. She was laying there. When I get up, and I petted her at first, and she made her little noise, but she didn't get up. She just laid there. I thought, that's kind of weird. And then I remember when I was just getting up, she was standing at the foot of the bed and that, and I never noticed anything abnormal about her at that point. And I went out to the kitchen as I normally would, and the poor thing, when she walked in the kitchen, she fell right on her side. She couldn't stand up. She was all curling around to the right-hand side. She could barely eat, barely do anything. I started Googling it, and pretty much, anyway, she had a stroke is what it was. Took her into the vet. They pretty well, emergency vet we had. That was crazy, but anyway, went in there, and he agreed that, the only thing they could really do was euthanize her. So poor little Lou, she's up there in kitty heaven now. Sad way to go, and it was such a shock because she wasn't sick the night before. I've got a picture of her the night before. Looks like she was in pain, but literally this is the way this cat would lay, and she did this all the time, and this was a happy cat. She wasn't distressed, she wasn't hurting at all. If you see a cat that's laying in this position, this was literally 12 hours before. And she always did that. I always used to say she'd come around the corner and rolled it, right? Well, she rolled it this time. The poor thing could barely walk. So she's in a better place. So I have a couple of rough days, but anyway, she's in a better place. And Fred was lonely. You could tell. The little Freddy dude So I got Fred, little friend, and you wait till you guys meet this one, Daisy. This is crazy Daisy, and this cat is a handful, and she is awesome. She's a little gray tabby, I guess you'd call it. Looks just like Fred, but miniature. She's only a tiny little thing, and this cat is insane what she does, just wild. And she puts Fred right in his place, and it's so ironic, and it's karma, because I know Lulu's spirit is in Fred. Fred was always a bit muscled, Lulu a little bit. He used to be a little bit, I'm not going to say mean, but I'm not going to say he wasn't, because she didn't like it. She would spit and hiss, and she'd take off running on that. She didn't like it. Well, this one here jumps right on him, and he doesn't know what to do when I first brought her home, and he is not aggressive with her at all. So it's hilarious to watch these two play. So crazy Daisy and Fred, and you guys are going to get to meet her soon. So she's quite a little kitty. I'll have to make a video and show you guys. I was going to bring them over here today, but I didn't. I come over alone here, but for now I will I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. Yeah, you guys would probably remember you seen one of my earlier videos that I wasn't going to do cedar shingle. I was going to do cedar. I was going to buy slab wood and actually process it and make it look like log siding. But I did, after I thought about it and the amount of time it would have taken to process it all, forget it. Especially after I tried some this. What I did, I got a load of cedar and basically just slab wood for firewood for burning, which all this is, and it's great stuff. Get a quick fire, good kindling, and get your fire going. And what I did is some of the leftover pieces that were of decent thickness, I've already put them through. You can see they're flat in the edge. I've already put them through my table saw and cut them down. So there's two straight edges on them. These ones, hang on a minute. This is awkward with the camera, but this one, yeah, see there's another straight edge here. So what I'm going to do, these guys are all the same width. These guys are the same width. And these couple are the same width. So what I'm going to do is build some cedar planters out of them, raised cedar planters. But just the amount of work it took to get these ready, there's no way I would have done that with the sides of this camp. Frig that. I'm glad I did what I did. You know, with the shingles, it was a little slower process. But you guys have to admit, again, when that's on there, looks pretty nice, eh? All the way to the roof. So I didn't really show up there that well before, I don't think. So you can see with the clapboard. And again, we're going to do the back here fairly soon. Another month or so. And I may set up the tripod and show a little bit of it. But yeah, that's that as far as the cedar goes. Some things I learned before I even start, and I knew I wasn't going to go that road. It would have just taken way too long to try to process enough of that stuff to go up on the camp, right? So then there would have been gaps in between it and everything else probably. So I like what I did. Well guys, it's almost dark. It's about 7 o'clock. Weather hasn't moved in yet, and it's kind of the calm before the storm. It's kind of freaky looking out there. It's dead calm. There's no wind at all, but you can see some of the gray clouds that are slowly moving in. But stay tuned. I'm not going to be able to show you much overnight tonight probably, but I will report back in the morning and talk to you guys. We'll get up. We're going to see what it's like here in the morning. See how bad the storm is. Well, good morning, everybody. Didn't get a real bad storm here. It's pretty well gone now. The wind, still a few gusts and all that, but we didn't really get it that bad here. Rained pretty good through the night, and it's kind of strange because if you look at the brook over here, the water is actually down a little bit today, probably 6 inches from where it was yesterday. So I don't know why, unless it carved it wider down here. Maybe might open the brook up a little bit more even, because it shouldn't be less water. It poured hard all night, but that's strange, eh? That rock, you can see the top of it now, and yesterday you can clearly see in the video it was almost covered. So, but it lost a tree over here, had one blow over actually. Notice that. So it wasn't too bad. It was rotten at the base anyway, so I'll probably take that down here a bit later today. And this guy here, you can see when you look way up, you can see he snapped right here at the base. it was starting to get rotten anyway, quite clearly. Starting to go, basically coming right off the stump here, but it'll still be good burning. So, and it's a tall fella. All I got to do is get up there and try to get it out of this other tree. I'm going to drop that right down in the driveway over there, because you can see the two of them are blowing quite well up there right now. Big tall fella. But yeah, look at that base moving. That thing is, wow, is that ever moving? That's pretty well broke right off there. There's nothing holding that tree right now. That is pretty much broken right off. Yeah, that is, I'm surprised that would have fallen if it hadn't been hung up in the other tree like that. That would have come right down. So I'm going to have to cut that off, try to get it to roll a bit, and then it'll come right out and it's going to drop right in the driveway. So anyways, I am going to cut this video off now, I think. So again, everyone, I'm alive and well. Things are going good. There's been a few changes, but anyway, if you guys want to see more film in that, I'm going to make some more videos, I guess. I may even make another one today, another Saturday video. It's Saturday here now. Maybe I'll do another one up taking this tree, just a little bit of stuff. But anyway, for now, I'm going to say, you know, I appreciate all the support and that from everybody out there. And I know a lot of people have been concerned and asked if I'm okay. And again, I'm doing fine. Appreciate all the concern, appreciate all the support, and you know, bear with me, and maybe I'll get back in the mode of doing these videos on more of a regular basis again. So there's nothing else you can do. If you're going to do it today, just try to live simply and remain grateful, and we'll talk to you guys very soon. You have a great day.